Now we will discuss on the topic tabulation of data. Before starting the topic tabulation of data, we should know the meaning of table, rows and columns. What is table? Table is a systematic arrangement of classified data in column and rows. Rows are nothing but horizontal arrangement of data. And what is column? Column is a vertical arrangement of data. Once if we collect the data, we are going to arrange the data in the table in rows and columns. That is what we call it as tabulation of data. Then what is tabulation? Tabulation is the process of summarizing classified or grouped data in the form of a table so that it is easily understood and an investigator is quickly able to locate the desired information. As a researcher, once if we collect the data from the respondent, he has to arrange the data in a table. The obtained data will be used for the further research. Arranging the collected data in an orderly manner in rows and in columns. Whatever the data we have collected, we need to arrange the data by using the column title and the row stubs. Stubs are nothing but the title of the rows. Next, the tabular presentation of data is one of the techniques of presentation of data. As you know, the definition of statistics, once if we collect the data from the respondent, we need to arrange the data in the proper manner to present the data to the others. Next, what are the essential parts of the table or construction of a statistical table? The meaning of statistical table is table showing required data in a convenient form. That is, the data collected should be presented in a proper manner and it should be useful and convenient to the researcher. Whenever he or she required the data, they can easily obtain the data from the table. It may show distribution of any parameter or can show probability distribution or frequency distribution, etc. It can show qualitative and quantitative attributes of the parameters and can tabulate data from different time period. See, as we know, the difference between the qualitative data and the quantitative data. The data has the characteristics of the qualitative and the quantitative. If we measure the characteristics of the data, then it is called as qualitative. When the data can be measurable, then it is called as quantitative attribute of the data. In a statistical table, there are some components which are very important while preparing the table. The title, the box head, the stub, the body, prefatory notes, footnotes and source notes. As a table, if it is contain all these components, then only it will be considered as a proper table. This is an example of the table. In this table, once if we prepare, it should contain table number, title, stub, caption, total. We can represent the total in the last column and we have to give the row heading, that is nothing but stub entry, and for the column head we have the title we have to mention in the table, and after the table we have to write the source note and the footnote. Source note are nothing but where you have obtained the data, you have to mention that source, and footnote, if you have any remark of the table, you have to write in the footnote. Next, while construction of a statistical table, what are the components are very necessary while preparing the table? The first one, the table number. Table number mentioned on the top of each table for easy identification and further references. Once if we prepare the table, for easy identification of that table, we need to give the proper table number. For an example, if we use the table in the 4th chapter, we should start with 4.1. Likewise, if we use the table in 3rd chapter, we should start with 3.1. Next component is title. Title of the table is the second item that is shown just above the table. It is just above the table or the below the table number. We should write the title of the table. The title of the table will explain what are the contents are there in the table. It narrates the content of the table. Hence, it has to be very clear, brief, and carefully worded. By using some precise words, we should write the title of the table. The next component is EndNote. It is the third item just above the table and shown after the title. Normally, as a commerce and management student, will write the EndNote in rupees or in lakhs or in crores. Like that, if we write, then it is called as EndNote. It gives information about units of data like amount in rupees or dollar, quantity in tons, etc. Whatever the data which we have used in the table, we have to represent the quantity or the amount or the units of the data in the EndNotes. The fourth part of the table is caption or column heading. For each column, we should give the title, that is called as caption. At the top of each column in a table, a column designation or head is given to explain the figure of the column. Next, the fifth component is stubs or row heading. Stubs are also called as row headings. The title of the horizontal rows is known as stubs. For every row, we should give the title, that the title is called as stubs. Next, the important part of the table is body of the table. It contains the numeric information and reveals the whole story of investigated facts. Columns are read vertically from top to bottom and rows are read horizontally to right. And the next is the source note. It is a brief statement or phrase indicating the source of data presented in the table. Once if we collect the data from the different secondary sources, or if we have collected the data from the primary sources, we need to mention the source where we have obtained that collected data. And the last part of the table is footnote. It explains the specific features of the table which is not self-explanatory and has not been explained earlier. For example, point of exception if any. If you have any remark or if you have any exceptions for the data collected for this research, we should mention in the footnote. There is an example for the table representation, that is table number, and we have given the title. The title is gender wise distribution of student in class 5, 6 and 7 of XYZ school. And if you have any EndNote in counts or if you have used any units, you should mention in the EndNote. And we have the column title. Here the column titles are gender 5, 6, 7 and the total. And we have the stubs here. The row title is called as stub boys, girls and total are the stubs which we have used in this table. And if you have any footnotes and where you have collected the data, whether you have collected data from the admission book, we have to mention the source. There are some set of principles for good tabulation or general rules of tabulation. See, once if you prepare the table, it should be simple and attractive. You should not use any jargon or you should not create dilemma in the mind of the reader. Because of that, as a researcher, we need to represent the data in a simple manner and it should attract the readers to read the obtained data. The second point is proper and clear headings for columns and rows. Once if you use the column and rows in the table, we should give the clear heading for the column title and we should give the clear title for the row stubs. And the third point is suitable approximation and rounding off of figure. Normally if you use the data, for example 23.9 in the sense, instead of using 23.9 we can easily round off that number and we can make it as 30 if it is necessary. Next point, the unit of measurement should be well defined. Whatever the unit you have used to represent the data, whether it may be in kg, whether it may be in ton, whether it may be in dollar, or whether it may be in rupees, you have to mention the unit of measurement while giving the note for the table. If the observations are large in numbers, they can be broken into 2 or 3 tables. If you are preparing the multi-dimensional tables or using some complex table, you can easily split the table into 2 or 3 parts. Instead of including all data in a single table and make it as a complex, we can use a simplex format to represent the data in a proper manner. Thick lines should be used to separate the data under big classes and thin lines to separate the subclasses of the data. If you use the complex data, we can use the thick lines and the thin lines to segregate the data as per the requirement of the researcher. There are 5 objectives of tabulations. To simplify complex data, bulk of information collected by the researcher will be simplified by using different tables and in a meaningful manner. The second objective is to bring out essential features of data. It brings out the chief or main characteristics of data. Whatever the data we have collected, we have to represent the data in a proper manner and we should fulfill the entire table with a main characteristics. It represents facts clearly and precisely without textual explanation. And the third objective is to facilitate comparison, simultaneous detailed comparison on the basis of several parameters. In your table, if you have used different parameters, for all different parameters, you should have the ability to compare the data simultaneously. Like that, you must prepare the data. The fourth objective is to facilitate statistical analysis. Once if we prepare the table by using the data should be easy to apply all statistical tools like average, dispersion, correlation and other statistical tools for descriptive and inferential statistics. And the last objective is to save space. A table presents facts in a better way than the textual form. It saves space without sacrificing the quality and quantity of data. The data collected should be represented in a proper manner and it should save the space. Instead of using the table, if we represent the data in textual format, it will be very huge to the readers. Instead of that, if we present the data in a proper manner, it will be easy to the readers. Now we'll just revise what are the content we have discussed in this session. Tabulation is a process of presenting the classified data in rows and columns. The tabular presentation of data is one of the technique of presentation of data. If you want to present the data, you should go for the tabular presentation. While constructing a table, parts, objectives and principles of table construction should be kept in mind. Thank you.